Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Zedmore Rant podcast. I am Zedmore, I am your host, and today I'm going to be talking about Insidious Part 3. A movie I reviewed recently for Black Hole Cinema podcast. It's a very good podcast. Black Hole Cinema on Twitter. Follow them, they make some really good shows. Especially mine on that. So I'm going to be doing Insidious Part 3. I did it for their podcast, but I didn't feel like I'm going too in depth on it because obviously, you're dealing with other people and you want their thing, have their thing on the same spectrum. So I figured I'd do a podcast about it. Podcast, video review. We'll see next time. At any rate, Insidious Part 3 is a movie. It's a prequel to Insidious 1 and 2, but you need to have seen them because it doesn't make any sense otherwise. Standard problem prequels, you need to have seen the originals because otherwise you don't understand what's going on. But they're meant to work on their own. Although when you call movie Insidious Part 3, you are clearly assuming people have seen the other two. It's not even the case like Star Wars, where Star Wars theoretically, chronologically, from this point forward, you watch episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and some storyline stuff doesn't work if you watch the prequels first. But in theory, they've been labelled as in you watch them this way to this way. Insidious works differently because it's the third part, but it's the first story after the stories that were produced first. But it's always not been a very good franchise because the fundamental problem is, and I keep saying this to people, when you have a TV show on TV, the TV show on TV, because obviously now TV shows on Netflix too, which is TV to watch. But when you have something on TV like Supernatural where they'll deal with ghosts and werewolves and shit, but for the context is will do ghosts, because obviously Insidious, it's a ghost story at heart. When you have TV shows like this, my problem, and I have the same problem with Paranormal Activity, is basically this is the sort of shit that Dean and Sam Winchester would solve, would not solve, but in the first 5 minutes of the episode, you get the guest star of the week who goes through heck, dies, sort of like procedural format. And Dean and Sam obviously wouldn't be involved at this point, but the entire episode be them solving shit that went down the first 5 minutes. But those first 5 minutes are condensation of something like Paranormal Activity or Insidious into barest form. Like final time ghost attacks and stuff like that. And then the rest of the episode's Dean and Sam solving it. And each episode is usually 45 minutes long, so if you take into account the first 5 minutes, Dean and Sam solve everything in 40 minutes. So in basically more than half the time, like 40 minutes, because obviously Insidious movie is about 9 minutes long, Dean and Sam have already solved this shit before you've got to the halfway point of Insidious. Any Insidious movie. And what would bug me is the general nature of these movies is that people do not understand how ghosts work. So a lot of movies, the audience, being us and characters, being told what ghosts are, but the audiences are smart nowadays, so we already know this shit, especially if the proliferation of ghost movies have come out recently. We've been told over and over again how ghosts work, how they function, and there's not really too many differences between them. I mean, Insidious brings in stuff like ghost dimension and shit like that, but the only problem with that is it's really stupid. Obviously, because you can call it fucking purgatory, it's fine. You don't need to call it the dark dimension or the burrows or the barrows or the mere pharaohs or the burrows or the borrowers or whatever shit name you come up with. You don't need to call it that. You can just call it purgatory and it's fine. People understand religion more than they understand ghosts because they're basically two sides of the same coin. So you could call purgatory and cover a lot of this shit. And as Mad Max proved this year, if you narrow things down, if you treat your audience like they're smart and give them the information they need about beating them over the head with it, they're fine. Mad Max gives you almost nothing explicitly, but subtly gives you everything you need. Whereas Insidious moves like that, sort of like, these are what ghosts are, these are what they do, blah, 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 blah. We're going to spend the first hour saying this shit up, blah, 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 blah. And what I can think of is, why in these universes do they not exist anyone who actually fight ghosts properly? And Insidious Part 3 is another example of how these movies bug me, because in theory, Elise should be able to fight ghosts. And she can to a degree, but she's not very good at it. For someone to be doing it this long, it's sort of like if Batman had been fighting crime for 40 years, and he could be taken by surprise by Deadshot. Like, say Deadshot's Steve active when Batman's 60, And Deadshot gets a drop on Batman and shoots him in the back, and Batman cries. Like, well, no, Batman, after fighting crime for 30, 40 years, should be good enough at it, even at 60, to be able to take down fucking Deadshot. You know, like, experience trumps athleticism in my view. You know, Batman would be smart enough to make fighting his own. But it's the same thing both me about Insidious, going back to that point. This is prequel meant to show us how Elise is badass and all that. And first I thought it was going to be set like 40 years ago, and I was like, well, that'd be cool. But it's set in current days, and like, well, she's not very good now. And they go for a whole, oh, she's retired, blah 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 crap, which is nothing that bugs me because movies like this and Doctor Who does this too, where a character will retire for a period and then come back and fight crime and more supernatural shit and all that. And what always bugs me is it makes them a quitter. And firstly, that is not how we relate characters. You know, stuff like Mad Max works because he doesn't quit, but he doesn't want to be involved in the first place. His goal is to survive, so he's never been dishonest for that goal. You know, with stuff like this, Elise quits, and I just think it doesn't work. You know? It bugs me because she quits and pushes out because her husband dies. Don't worry, I'll put a spoiler tag on this so you won't be spoiled by this. Or if you are, you'll see the spoiler tag and be like, well, he told us in advance. But fundamentally, the problem with characters quitting are things like her husband, who looks exactly like Ken Rogers, I think I'll get to that later on, he dies, and she's sad, and obviously, it's very sad and touching in theory, but in other ways it's not, because as William Goldman puts it, people in real life play it as it lays. They might have the worst experiences, their partners might die, they might have a shitty life, they go to work, they do all this shit, they put on brave face, and obviously you can say shit that, but at the same time, people do not, they might break down for a while, but fundamentally people get up and they get back to work and they do this shit, because fundamentally we are the strongest, form of life out there. We don't quit. The amount of shit human beings can put up with is inspiring, and that's what moves like this piss me off, because she quits and she pushes out, and it's in real life, I just said people play it at lays, and that's fine. But in real life, if someone breaks down, it's like, oh, it's in marriage and all that, She at least has seen that ghosts are real. She knows this shit's real. She breaks down and she quits, and that's me. Fundamentally, I can't relate to her at all because of that. They want us to feel bad for her. I don't. You've seen ghosts are real. You've seen how bad this shit can get, and you walk away. And firstly, you're a quitter. Secondly, you're a coward, in my view. Thirdly, you're someone who can't take life's knocker down. And fourthly, even for all that stuff bugs me, that's fine. It's the fact they make such a big deal out of it. Cinema and TV are meant to be about characters being forced against the wall and then revealing their true natures, revealing what scares them, what they're bundled about, revealing their truest emotions. We're told their true emotions, and it's so annoying. Like, if this was TV, and I stand by my viewpoint, Insidious should be a TV show because it works a lot better, especially nowadays. But if this was TV, you only have so long, and that's fine. Sam Pepsi, Dark Pepsi, it's just sponsorship. But if it's TV, that's okay. Because TV is fundamentally about characters talking, and that's okay. I'm sorry for that distraction. TV again is fundamentally about characters talking. That's okay. Plot moves forward and all of that. But characters do talk a lot. Even stuff like Supernatural, which I rate as a really good show, is a lot of talk and a lot of drama. But that's okay because that's what TV is. Movies meant to be visual. You can show us at least all of this shit, but in an interesting way. Don't just tell us it. She tells us by this audience surrogate, and I'll get to that later, that she wants to quit, that she's quit, and that she's not doing it anymore. You're not showing us it. You're not visually striking the connotation with us. Like, take Mad Max for example. I'm not going to spoil too much Mad Max because it's a great movie, but the way the movie starts is as it means to go on. We see Max talks in narration for a bit, and that's great. and that's dramatic, and that's cool because it's very poetic narration. It's not explicitly saying anything; it's inferring, which is good because inference is key to these movies. But or any movie, it should be inference, not exposition. But Max, we see Max, and even without that narration, which infers, which is important, even without that, we know exactly from seeing it the first time everything we need to know about character start moving. You know? And that's what Mad Max does better than any movie I've seen in recent memory. And what Insidious does horribly is that it doesn't show us anything, it tells us, and that's bad writing. You know? And it's kind of disappointing because the guy wrote this Ray Walnut and he directs it well. I'm not going to knock the visual direction because I think he does a consistent job of making a competent movie. And obviously, it's his first directed big budget movie. I think it does fine. I'm not going to knock him for that. I don't think it's visually amazing or anything, but it's consistent with the other two, and that's good because Justin Wong, who made first two, is a great, really good director of visuals. So he's keeping to the same rough score of that, so it feels like a continuation of the first two. And obviously, there can be some better stuff and all of that, and it's not perfect, but it's decent, and that's good. And the acting's okay. I'm not going to say anyone's award winning, but Dermot Mulroney he's pretty good. I like him. I think he's a good actor. I think the one plays the least is good. I don't like the two ghost hunters who do comic relief. I didn't like them in the original ones either. I don't like the dad being all skeptical, being all angry, skeptical of them when he finds out that they're ghost hunters online only, because, like, what to expect, you know? Right, I suppose I should get on to the ghosts now. Insidious has always had some of the worst ghosts in cinema. Like, in theory, design's great, but they're just boring. No, it's no real personality, no real fun, no real drive, just doing things for reasons. This one, they have basically decided that the villain should be someone who has super ghost lung cancer, I guess. The man who doesn't breathe, and he's got a mask, and obviously it's a bit like Bane, and kind of like Mad Max, and Immortan Joe, but not as good. And that's also the other thing. I think you see just free stuff that's coming out saying it's Mad Max 4, but what wouldn't, Like, I'm going to address it with Medal of Money's weekend, or whatever weekend this airs, the address with Medal of Money opening weekend, so, hopefully it's got today. But that's the other thing, that this movie, the villain, these movies sink or swim on the villain, and you're not saying like it has to be the best villain ever or anything like that. It can just be an effective one, but here it's nothing. It's just here's a ghost with a mask on that holds his lung cancer in check, or holds him turning into ash in check. Because when Elise goes through Dark Dimension and fights fucking Ghost Dimension, I had to stop. I couldn't stop laughing when I was on Black Old Podcast about this. But when she goes to Ghost Dimension and fights the motherfucker, and she rips his mask off and turns ash, and I'm like, dude, that's harsh. That goes with basically life support, And throughout movies called Man Who Breathes, and that's nothing that annoys me. Near the end, they have Elise meet her husband in the ghost dimension, and they sit on bed, and he looks just like King Rogers, and he says, "You don't need to breathe here. We can both die. You can be with me here." And I'm like, that's a great red herring, The man who breathes, but the man who doesn't breathe rather than really breathing all of that. But the problem is, like 2 seconds later, just as King Rogers starts singing "Islands in the Stream," we can rely on each other. Just as he's about to get, we can rely on each other, Elise slashes him across the eye, so it turns in less we can rely on each other, more we can, Elise, my eye, you stabbed me in my eye. And that's the worst Tay Funk impression of all time. there you go. Insidious Part 3 is pretending to be a ghost movie, a good ghost movie, so by out. But then he sort of walks off, immediately turns into Man from Ash, the man with lung cancer, lung man or whatever, and he's like. He starts coughing violently, and then she rips the mask off, and he turns to Ash. And all I think of is, no one cared who I was until I put on the mask. And that's probably bastardization for Bane Darlow, but then he dies, and I'm like, I will rather this for Bane. So yeah, costume design in Ghost isn't great. I like the sludgy footsteps. I like the bits in the attic, but then there's the off part where the ghost appears to her before she dies, I guess, and then she keeps seeing like, how did he get there in the first place? How is he able to walk around Earth and interact with people before he took her soul? Like, if he's already here, how was he here? I mean, he was using her as a vessel, but he was already around, so that's stupid. Right, well, have parts I criticise. Well, I can't criticise the fact that it's short, because it is short, and it's very short. It feels like 80 minutes, I think it's like 92 or something. So they kept a good, decent pace, in theory. I don't like the fact that the boyfriend, that she's umming over. There's actually something over the boyfriend, Hector. I don't like the fact that he's basically non-character, just used as a kind of red herring, and then he disappears after a certain point, because that's annoying. I don't like things like that in cinema. Characters in real life, people do disappear from life, and that's fine, but don't beat this guy up and then get rid of him. Probably director's cut somewhere more in that, but it seems like it should be in the actual movie. I don't like the complete bullshit stuff with the mother, where she, like, apparently good ghosts exist now, but they haven't at any point in Insidious, and that's stupid. And when she stood in the doorway at the end and no one can see her, I'm like, well, ghosts only at least can see her, but she can't see ghosts. She only communicates with them via thing. And nothing's. Is this your gas mask from the other ones? Because why is she keeping that case? Why is she using it? It seems like this thing. More prequels, and I don't want more fucking prequels from Insidious. The actual present day stuff in Insidious is terrible. I want to see more prequels, because it's even worse. What's the last bit talked about? Oh god, yeah. My favourite trope in any horror movie, and I hate using the word trope or cliches. I love to use tropes, but I hate using these words because I don't think they're bad per se. In this movie, it's bad though, because they have the assassin, the black woman with dementia who can see ghosts. Yeah. And talks in riddles and shit, and her husband's low budget Morgan Freeman. He does great Morgan Freeman, but they say they wanted Morgan Freeman, they couldn't get it because he had to start in take two. You have to go in that case. It has to be about money. It's fucking take two, Insidious Part 3. There's not much, artistic in taking either of fucking movies. So take two looks horrible, by the way. Not as bad as Poltergeist or that stupid movie of all those teenagers, Skype or whatever it is. That does look pretty bad. So I said basically to wrap up, this movie is not good. It's not bad visually. The acting's are decent. The writing's poor, but it's a TV show, don't need a movie. It's an episode of Supernatural that is extended 90 minutes, and Sam Bean will show up after the movie ended and solve the shit immediately. I don't like Insidious movies in general, and I don't like Paranormal Activity. And I like these movies more than Paranormal Activity, or at least first two more than Paranormal Activity. I was very drunk last time, so the second one you can't make. Second Insidious, you get made up scenes that weren't in the movie. Fundamentally, my problem with these movies is they're not scary, and it's all jump scares and it's all loud noises, and I take umbrage with that because if my door slams now, That's not scary, that's loud. And human beings react to loud noises, you know? Real scares are something like Shining, where it doesn't need loud noises. You're getting sense of tension and then see shit, and it's so matter of fact. And it's what first Insidious almost got right, you know? With the Ghost Run Back to Happy music. That is freakier than loud gothic music. You know, jaunty, hey, we're all having a good time today, and then see Ghost Run By, that's freaky shit. Because that goes against cinematic language. It's good because you are meant to break the rules. Whereas Insidious Part 3 sticks to standard rules of ghost stories, and Insidious Part 2 did. And I don't know, it's just, they're better than Paranormal Activity, because at least here stuff happens and they're fighting ghosts. Paranormal Activity is literally stupid people getting destroyed by a ghost every time. You know, they have no protagonist you can root for because they're all stupid. And Jurassic World bugs me on love levels. I haven't seen it yet, but the trailers and the ideas kind of bug me. But I like the fact that Chris Pratt is presented as competent to a degree, so he'll be able to do stuff. He's not presented as someone who doesn't know anything about dinosaurs and then he's suddenly hired by a dinosaur park. He's been working there a while, so when he gets scared, it'll mean more. When normally he being like, oh no, that doesn't mean anything. You know, if an expert gets scared and has to overcome that, that means something. You know, it's basic rule of drama, but Insidious doesn't really follow any of that. So it follows the bad stuff, doesn't follow good stuff. Um, yeah, I guess I would say this is not a very good movie. I would not go see it. But hey, no one cares because Jurassic World's out and it's made 200 million plus, maybe 210. So, you know, go see that instead. I haven't seen it yet because I'm like a week behind on all my movies, but I haven't even seen Poltergeist either. But I did see Zombie 2 again, and I did see Begin. Oh, I should leave this off with, if you want to see a good movie, watch Begin Again, starring Keira Knightley and Mark Ruffalo. It's a really, really, really good movie, and I don't like romantic comedies very much. It's really good. Go see that on Netflix. I guess that's it. Go see Begin Again. Go see Jurassic World. Do not see Insidious Part 3, and do not see more Paranormal Activity movies because I really don't want. I feel obligated to watch them and review them. And tried watching Paranormal Activity 3 last night, and it was fucking awful. And I realised I'd forgotten 90% of what happened. Just kept looking at the screen, being like, "Wait, why is that in there? How's that in there? Why are they saying up Fly very early? That's not in the actual movie I saw. Maybe it's director's cut, or maybe." So yeah, don't watch this movie. Go see Jurassic World. Go see Begin Again. And I'll be back. Maybe Jurassic World. I don't have much time off that week. Maybe it's Terminator Genesis. So, you know, I'll be back in 2 weeks. And hey, keep watching Black Hole Podcast and all that stuff. This is riveting stuff. And this is Zedmore signing off.